How can something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long? End is coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. So, welcome to Biomutant. Encode your DNA. Define your genetic structure. Encode your DNA. Define your genetic structure. Encode, 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 define your genetic structure. Choose your genetic list. Choose your first style. Pick a main color. Choose your color. Pick a class. Mercenary. Mercenary chosen. That'll work. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice, a reflection of your...
Let me introduce myself. I'm the light and bright side of you, or your inner voice to be precise, an echo of balance and consequence of your actions.
Seems more like you're being light-headed if you ask me, but you'll come around.
But what comes around goes all the way back around. So, it's better to stick to your instincts. You can't...
In your nature, and here I was hoping we'd be all about natural selection, survival of the strongest and so forth. That's not it.
Ha! Natural selection is all about evolution and progress. And as soon as there's enough light, darkness will disappear.
Right is always right. Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family, or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger. Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die. Now that's a flesh wound. Good thing you're strong. The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death. But some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. Gragdar. Pang pang. Sharp steel. Chop chop. Better than nothing. Slash and dash. Smoked. The deep cut. That's more like it. Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed. Including you. Slash. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and, without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right, but no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There you go. The Wheeled One is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Carving it up. What a blow! Bullets everywhere. Right in the face. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the Wheeled One before backup arrives. Sure useful. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin. The legend of the one-eyed child that The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to It's a scar you're covering under that eye patch, isn't it? But he would have recognized you anyway. There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. The impending threat of the World Eaters bringing down the Tree of Life is ever so close. He also worries about the Jagni tribe that's actively working for a doomsday and purging of the world. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree. Asks if you are tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Mooma knows you are here. You're such a good child, so you The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder somehow. You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding. You found one. You should be proud. They don't. The Nono's ki energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of... Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. He has the... You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono. You'll need an... You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. Oh, it'll need a continuous flux of ki over the 12 months to come, so... One day, he hopes the tree will have grown. But today, your focus is getting this one to be... From this day on, he'll make... One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Mooma will be able to protect us. You can already see the effects from how reckless those before us acted, and unless something changes, we're doomed. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Mooma comes looking. No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night on... He lost you there for a while. He says he remembers every single day he developed. The tree started to die when... The genetic evolution that... His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Murkpuff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the northwest route. Nocco has tamed the midget and is preparing to take on the Hoofpuff at the end of the east route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Googlide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porkypuff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. He wants you to understand that you'll all die. His friends have prepared something specific. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out of Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eater. He worries. He's grateful for that.
That's a spark of light in you!
What's there to like about light? It hurts to look at.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you.
Always making this personal.
And you're always trying to pretend it's not.
There's Out of Date again. He must have missed something important.
Mopu far kobi loma toa ha.
Out of Date says
E baso dombubu du koye.
the Myriad tribe is,
Poto wata loma toa ha.
regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. Wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Chagny isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way.
Ya, sawata mua.
Out of Date says someone needs to
Papa mofobak. Le ya yato.
be
Tuloya. Voto lola. Ugabon ang ugagad yebromo. Ya molo no. Tuloya. Voto lol loto lupayo.
Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the world. Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded. That's going to leave a mark. Almost there. Personal. Hot man. This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone. That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. Let's see. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd... better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. The Sifu's door is...
Sibi? Lappanen akin kanman. Keratna falo hutut mustugai lavute.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante... He heard you took out-of-date side against the scavengers in Bunker 101. It seems you believe in helping your next. And that's something... He's convinced you've returned for a reason. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. The Sifu... There were 6 of them, but the unity fell apart after... The Sifu says it's time to set the past aside, at least... Myriad wants unity between them. If you believe there's some good in everyone, there's still hope for tomorrow. You'll unite the tribes and defeat the World Eaters to save the Tree of Life. He was... The Sifu was waiting. The Jagni tribe may believe that fear and hatred will lead them to dominate. Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even though you need to take the struggle to the enemy, or the enemy. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both have gentle minds, so they want to wait. Tells you not to be afraid. Your Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you
Follow Marati. Karamoti. Galatofole.
were all part of the same tribe once, but without your Muma there as a...
Gala wala click click.
Seeing you brings back his...
Follow Marati. Gula mamose.
Myriad wants unity.
Brita. Hello.
He remembers your kind and unselfish soul.
Hello.
Anyway, the memories you make with your...
All the goose are gonna head echt. Hello.
Even though it's now a sharp. As long as you're happy about it. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. Chop it up. Troikas. It's starting to add up. Super effective. Jin. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. He asks how you are today. Goop, he wonders where you've been. He thinks you. He says that. Wait. But you need. Great things usually happen to those who never stop trying. He hopes you'll be one of them. You just. You. Judging by your.
Gendrana mala.
You promised you'd.
Kototuku. Kanaruta.
You.
Tropalo. Aplitonumuta. Antoro.
Here's another familiar. He wants. You did well. It looks like she's starting.
Kuri kumbala muma. Vasen urasa durut. Kalino. Yo no massama. Pola kuto.
They look determined. He asked. She asks if you're hurt. What happened?
Volakamun kanamunt sanna jote. Asil natu.
Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best.
La fea nuch.
See,
Vaxa u bestilka. Sirka full of in the horse. Dana untiza Coca-Cola. Ja, Muster und Lung. Usa u indabada. Fira kahut o wagale maya.
Sanna jote.
your Muma says it's about time you got here.
Katja to kanjalan väsen asanna jotu tupu. Dropalu.
Your Muma says
Beri. Kutu tuku. Bere. Ruhe muhtono.
catchy.
Pola kutu.
Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus as green as this little thing. It's wonderful.
Inga valdod.
Figuring that,
Masanmal. Bendrine senema. Urasa turut.
it's called.
Dropalu. Ritsentede.
Your Muma says
Urasa turut.
rest. Nothing could stop Luka Lukin from setting the world on. Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. That's just adding fuel to the flames. Give it a last burst and you'll make it.
Asanna jotu. Minä legin kuri kumbatere.
She tells you to...
Andro?
Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on.
The tribe's caught a fluffy hog. Better watch out, it's no pet.
They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulk's on the loose.
Hurt bad.
Flash the slash. Whoops. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulk's on the loose.
better days. No hope of that with as little energy as you have. Itchy trigger finger. You gave them no choice but to take it down, even though they'd planned to take the Fluff Hulk out to the far Fnacky Leaves and let it go. They've received news a Ronin had strengthened their ranks and were looking forward to meeting you. A group of myriad crusaders already headed up. You should hurry there and... Toxanol was something called a corporate juggernaut, and our world still bears the marks of the massive ecological catastrophes they inflicted upon the land. The apocalypse they caused was the end of days for their world. But for us, it was simply a beginning. Look, an emergency box from the old days, when you needed to pack up. Wow, bet that nut makes a tight fist. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? Wow! Well placed. Made the kill. Close encounter. energy overcharge. Might not need that now, but you will later. That notice board? Filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to one of those old Toxanol brick towns. Pay attention. The Toxanol Corporation made this place. There must... Strange how the trees are still so full of life. This corner of the world is called Bricktown. Let's see. Nothing's more important right now than this. Never thought I'd... You need to get the pegs lined up to get the clothes soaker rolling. Just a few moves left. Make them count. You really put a spin on it. goodbye to another night. A flush seems like the tighteners on the piping need to be unturned correctly to drain. Just a few moves left. Make them count. That's the kind of trouble you really want to wash away. There's a change in the air. Feels like daybreak. Looks like the fry sparker's knobs need to be in sync if you want to get the hardware working. It's a fry sparker mindset. Boom, you got something. It's not exactly what you wanted, but you got it right away. You found the track. Amazing it wasn't destroyed. So much of this place was just discarded. Lucky the track somehow made it. No, it was never nice. It was new once, but that's not nearly the same thing. Just being new never lasts. The tracks moved on from Bricktown, and you should too. Found the warehouse, the deepest, darkest forest in the land, sometimes hard to see for all the trees. Right where it cuts. Right between the eyes. Hurts a lot. Dead on. Get under that sky while you still can. Don't just rattle those keys. Not your size, but it'll work.
Dalatema dalatai.
Says you used to keep to yourself, but now at least you act.
Veitsum paptiansibia.
So, says you covered the important things already. You have hours stretching before you. The board mainly has posts from those that used to work at the chug yard back in the days gone. They don't make much sense these days. Not much more to say about the board. The Toxanol Corporation, they can carry you anywhere you like. Well, anywhere that they go to, and then you can leg it from there. You're on the right track. Keep your eyes open. tribe's always scavenging for scrap, and the yard has plenty to go around. But they should have stuck to looting instead of playing around with sprockets. You might want to fall back. So much damage. Your key energy is all used up. The deep cut. Bomper Bonker's busy ram-banging the door. This is your chance. Let's... It's time to create your own path. First, that's the good stuff. Yes, you can do anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let's take this back to Earth. Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end, in flames. Stay away from that biohazard. You'll want to wash yourself off for a month. It's a wonder some of these up and downs still work. Guess they built machines better in the past. The spent nuclear fuel that Toxanol dumped in the surf had detrimental effects on the marine habitats, while the overflowing landfills contaminated the groundwater. Combined, this sent their world hurtling on an inevitable road to ruin. I need... Gizmo remembers you as a... You still believe there's some good. He says... Gizmo encourages that. You should forgive, but never forget.
Fan that flame!
Wait, no! Bright light blinds! It's dangerous.
I've got all the cold sick burns you need, Dark.
Oh, do you have to insult me over this?
I don't have to, but I want to.
Would like to know if you ever doubt the choices you made on the path that brought you to this point. Would you have been happier going in a different direction? Supposes that's all any of us can do. Hard to believe the world is actually going to survive. Just grateful to you. Gizmos, you should return. What you do here matters to you and the world. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductor. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the act. As long as you're happy about it. There's short of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathes, half lives. That ooh-wee, that's biohazard. He says that's enough to get the mech. Treasure this while you can. The Grease Monkey's Mekton is built sturdy, just like himself. Can you imagine how this place used to look before the dead oil flood? Might want to hold your breath before you head any further. You're about to witness the breathtaking vistas of what's known as the Dead Zone. In the old world, roads like this really led somewhere. Now, most of them lead to disaster. Leave that scrap behind. That over there is Steepo Depot, the cliffside that Moog hangs on to. It's in your grasp.
Bonsil. Immo. Diava.
Ready to take on the world.
Shon bestilka. Gu badangwagumo kun.
Moog says that all your...
Why ad fule munteo astu dana. Digomo juda. Why ad funu jame. Fuksu isquadea. Yoshkama.
Says it...
Fuksu ispapa zulu. Waxendon in Diava.
He's afraid you're just as...
Sarevanyat sahab tudupo. Sheri la fia. Winsila dakanyo umbo waxu.
Moog says you must learn to walk before you...
Fiona.
Fortunately for you,
Wali undum segaya lama yaba.
let's see. So little alive here. Time to walk on your own legs. great view from up here. A punch crunch. Wait, it's the Scrip hole-up. Place is just filled with critters. Bullseye. Dead. At least being underground keeps you out of the weather. That's not opening on its own. Once the volatilization from the nuclear waste evaporated, a volatile gas rose through the soil and infested structures, even Toxanol's own buildings. So, in a way, they caused their own death. Oh, idea. Go knock the lid off that sludge truck. It'll fill the place up and you can get up to that entrance there. Better get a move on if you want to change things. Netted a critter. You need to line up the switches so they match. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. It's cleanly cut. Check out the Mekton's controls. Imagine that. You could just go to a place like this to get a proper meal back in the old world. Stay on target. Socket to it. The struggle is real. Back to your own stompers. This box once tailed a chugger-chugger. Now it's just off track. He says that's enough scripts to sustain them. It's not his cleanest inventions. Gizmo's made vehicles before to confront. It's time to put a stop to the World Eater. He got the idea to build the Mekton when he found a big... Gizmo didn't have... That ain't bad. You need to believe how serious this is if you want to have any effect on it. Cut that one down. Carving it up. Punch time. Pow! Feel that sunshine. That's a Jagni tribe outpost. That's a resource totem, a monument left behind by those that picked scrap, trying to keep the area clean. Nice. Some barked wood scrap for you. Who could stand against that? coward!
Close encounter. Wow.
Gesauer ved Kodle Bilunis.
Is glad you're no true-blooded Jagni and says how embarrassing it would be to be related to a do-gooder like you.
Hvad er det? Hvad er det go?
Hope you enjoy the rain.
Let's see.
Says it.
Here's the first line of defense.
That's a bomb lobber. wrecked it. That twirly wheel works that drain pipe. Spin the twirly wheel and open that drain. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Everything's clocking together. Give a key a shot. Keep going. That cage is holding a helper. They never lost hope you'd come, but weren't sure if they'd last long enough to see. Wants revenge on those who caged them, but... A sharpshooter. The scaffolding looks unstable. Better stay clear of the red ray. Here's the second line of defense. Red means danger. Timber. Bet a big bump will bring it down. Switched off the light. A barrel chute. Smack it to get a barrel out of it, then hit it toward the gate and blast it. That looks splody. Shoot it and watch it blow. Not too close. Kaboom! You're in. Almost there. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger.
Porot. Nat. Yellow, what a click click.
Says you did a great job capturing the outpost. You've earned the privilege of carrying the
Get a walk.
figures. The deeper the night, the darker it gets. Complains it's impossible to keep anything safe now that the world is coming to an end. They found a stronk box once that might be able to stand up to even the Lupa. It was too heavy for them, but someone figures there's only one way to know for sure. Says the stronk box isn't too far away, unless someone else moved it. Just go grab that stronk box. Without you, it's...
Yok poitu ya luya. Koroi letsu lasak.
There are probably more things you should get rid of. Got what you wanted. Peddler is eager for you to have a look at the wares. Look and see what you might need. Mercadorpa's outpost, a Jagni tribe stronghold. That's a ganote, easy prey for Lupa-Lupin. For everyone else, they're a perfect mount and easily tamed if they are kept fed. Where are the control sticks on this thing? Look at that, right in the chug yard. Follow the rails and you'll find all sorts of little treasures scattered all over the place. Of course not, but they get you closer to wherever you might want to go. Good work finding that track. They can teach you so much about the world. Keep looking for more. Treat it fair time and the mount will return the favor. This is all about you. Whether you succeed or fail, it's on you. Now that's a flesh wound. Key boosted. You're harmed. Don't flinch away from this. There's a serenity about this spot.
Mustakabala nukun dunash.
This one seems to be in good spirits, despite being left here for dead.
Sarevaniat sa uva bubu ai.
Has heard that you
Maskil ka Michal Tagukal. Mustakam badan udidimada bulshada.
Light instantly banishes dark.
How much light do you really need?
All the light, all of
I mean, you could leave a little.
Seems that the knobs need to be aligned so the device can load its program. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Fate is funny that way, but it won't always make you laugh. At least you got something for your trouble. We're all heroes of our own stories. Or so we hope. Rito and his bandits make camp here. Take care. You're bruised. Slash and dash. Be excess. Punch a punch. Bangarang. That hurt him. Heroes inspire in a way nothing else. Hope you find something. Anything. Oh, that's perfect. That might come in handy. A fine choice. This one seems to be in good spirits, despite being left here for dead. Has heard that you have a sense of compassion and trusts it.
The
light shines on!
Better isn't...
Right, not better.
You're the worst.
The worst of being the worst.
Feel the night wrap around you. Look here, another toxinol dump. Chop chop!
Finally, a bit of glow.
Baskilka Michael Tago Mans Baran Udinama Siloro Bartinea Falish.
Come toward the light.
Good on.
Resist?
Keep telling yourself that.